what's up? Welcome to Mahogany Sweets. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you would like to. I wanted to come and talk to y'all about this Lil Nas X video that he released for his song called Montero. People are in uproar about it, rightfully so. But you have just as many people who are in support of it and loved it. But what I want to get into is the symbolism in it, the satanic symbolism of it, which is what people actually have a problem with. It's not about his alternative lifestyle, basically, at this point. So the video starts off. He shows in the beginning of this video, basically, the story, a reenactment of the garden, what happened with Adam and Eve. It shows him sitting there playing a guitar under a tree. The tree, which God forbid Adam and Eve to eat from, was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right? They were only strictly good. They had no knowledge or understanding of evil. And it shows the serpent, Satan, coming down it. And it shows this picture that's next, where now he's encountering this demon, basically. It gave it the alien face, and with the to show basically an unworldly, unearthly presence thing, and it has the all-seeing eye, the chakra, open chakra right there, and the entity is holding his face and looking at him, and then it showed his eyes like this, which was to reference him being enlightened, basically. So after he's enlightened, he then begins to make out. I'm not going to show the pictures of this stuff, but basically, it then begins to show him making out with this entity, this fallen angel, this demon. And when you have sex with something, you become one. Now, this is what I was trying to see, what this was that was written on this tree. Most likely, it's probably some form of either Hebrew or Arabic writing. I have no clue what it's saying. And then it showed him go back to ancient Rome or Greece. And for a minute, I thought he was supposed to have been playing Caesar, but he's not. Anyway, they enchain him, enslave him, right? So he gets this enlightenment. He's in the garden, just a homely person playing music. He gets this enlightenment from this fallen entity, and then it showed him in bondage, right? He chained up and everything. And during that part of the song, he mentioned something about envy. Well, in the song, right? I ain't gonna say those specific lyrics, but he ended it with envy, right? And I believe he was speaking of the spirit. It's a demon classified as envy. That's what it's over, you know. So then it goes to, I guess he was stoned, he was killed. Then it goes to him being lifted up into heaven. What is that on his neck? Does that words that's on there? Yeah, it is words that's on there. I'm just not peeping that on the choker that he had on. It has words on there, but I'm not sure what they say. Oh, probably Lil Nas X. Maybe that's what it represents, LNX. But anyway, so it shows him going up. Then it shows this angel coming down basically to meet him. Then it shows a pole coming up from the earth, but actually it was technically from up out of the earth, from a hell, because you know most people believe and think that hell is within the core of the earth, but technically it's not. So then he goes sliding down this pole, like this is the symbolic satanic meaning ritual that he had in this, right? So he's sliding down a pole now as a stripper to enter the gates of hell. Once he enters the gates of hell, he then begins to give a performance for Satan. Now, let me tell you how this dual fold, right? Okay. So they show us his enlightenment with this. It showed him playing the guitar, right, in the garden. Basically, as to say him as himself, just a regular person, not having any knowledge of the underworld of Satanism, of Satan and demons and stuff, playing music, which was his love. He enjoyed music. Then it shows him be enlightened by this entity. Information now. He's enlightened by this entity, and then he takes a turn. He ends up in bondage to it. He takes a turn, and then what they have them do is, okay, God, because Satan does everything as a counterfeit of what God tells us to do. So God tells us to be born again in him as a new being, as a believer. Well, Satan has those same rituals where they are to die to self, die as being God's creation, and be born again as a tool, puppet, being one with Satan. So that's what that so-called hanging stuff was. Well, not hanging because he wasn't hung, but that's what that bondage thing was, being in bondage to Satan. So it goes and shows him in Gates Hell. I mean, in the Gates of Hell. Come on, what did I do with the other? Oh, it must be farther back this way. Because let me show y'all this. What's on this ground right here. And what I'm about to tell you is he was doing a ritual. Satan has rituals and customs that he abides by too. How many freaking pictures did I take? All right, here. Now, let me show you this. Do you see that on the floor? That is a pentagram. And in those pentagrams, it has everything that you need right there. It is showing you the pyramid. It has the circle. It has the 5-point star. And most Satanists, witches, warlocks, and stuff will tell you they do rituals on those. So what this was showing you is that he is at the altar. He's at the altar of Satan. And there go where he has to perform his ceremony, and where most witches, warlocks, and stuff perform satanic rituals on, inside the pentagram. So it's showing you that. And then if you even look up here, what that's showing you, that this figure right here, which has got a couple of things going on. So let me explain to you. Number one, they do sun worship. Those rays, well, that can be considered rays, right? So they doing sun worship. But at the same time, this is to represent the Baphomet's head, or the goat, whatever you want to call it. So it's also showing you that as well. The Baphomet, the goat's head. But then it's also showing you a face, because that's what it is. That fire coming from right there, those are the eyes. There go a lips right there. That's the chin right there. And that right there is what can be considered the third eye, the illumination, and all of that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm out of breath. But anyway, so he's showing us, the viewers, him doing a satanic ritual dance, offering to Satan, right? And then becoming one. There's this thing called sex magic or whatever. And then you have the two lust demons, succubus and incubus or whatever. If you ever been asleep, had a wet dream, felt something caressing, massaging you, having sex with you, came to ejaculation and stuff, but of course it was just you there in your sleep, that was incubus and succubus visiting you, sex demons, lust demons, which you can invite in through, if you watch porn, that's a doorway for them to be invited in. If promiscuity is a way to invite those demons in, different stuff like that. It invites those kind of demons in. Now, let's get back to here. So then it shows him after he performs this ritual in front of Satan at the altar of Satan and becomes one with Satan. It shows him supposedly, because you got esoteric and esoteric. Did I say them correctly? Anyway, it means you have a surface meaning and then you have a deeper meaning. So on the surface, it was him seducing Satan, then killing Satan, and all of that. Well, what truly was happening, although they put that out there, is it was not him killing Satan. He took the crown and put it on, because it was him as being a host now for Satan, or as to say that now he is Satan and ruling the darkness. So that's what that crown was. That's why his eyes was illuminated. Have you ever heard in the theory of you take a soul, now you have that thing's soul or whatever? So look at it like that. It wasn't him saying he was against Satan, on the opposite side of Satan, or none of that. It was him saying, I myself have become the demon, a devil. And it's just Satan and demonic. So then, let's look at what he has with this. Because he released shoes and he got artwork that goes with this. Now, let me show you. It's a lot going on with this. This is the artwork for his shoe deal. As you see, he's doing the one eye symbolism. He's holding the Nike shoe. It has a verse on it. And it has 666 on it, right? Let's come closer. The scripture is Luke 10 and 18. Which I did not look that scripture up before. So, let's do that. No, I didn't mean to press that. Okay. Luke 10, 18. And then, of course, he has I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. That's what that scripture says. And that's why whenever you see these performers and stars and rich people, when they have that, even these companies who choose to use that as a logo, where it shows the lightning, they are showing their allegiance to Satan, who fell from heaven as if lightning, as to be lightning or whatever. But anyway, so he used that. Oh, and then guess what? In the video, he showed us falling from heaven. It showed him being taken up. Then he fell. Now they try to put it as, okay, he was taking this pole down there, but no, it was showing him falling from heaven, straight to hell. But then he also has on a shoe the 666, and y'all can just say, oh, this is just artistic expression, or this is just him being, not sarcastic. What would be the term for it? This is just him making a parody of it, basically, or a mockery of it, or something like that. But no. They put this stuff right in your face and they pass it off as something jokingly or light, so you can easily be rocked to sleep and believe that. They're not joking with this stuff. They're telling you exactly what it is in your face. He has signed his Illuminati contract with Satan. That's why he got the red hair. The blood contract has been signed, sealed, and delivered. Now, it's a lot more going on in this, right? And I'm not the best at decoding, especially with their numbers, with the gematria. But anyway, they're showing you the owl. In this picture, they have the owls right here. These are owls, and they're showing you with the owl, the all-seeing eye, the one-eye symbolism. In owls, their god Molech. The reason why they worship owls, because they are supposedly have this wisdom and ancient knowledge, mystery knowledge, and teachings of Babylon, right? But it's a lot more than just that going on in this picture. Then you have this one right here, right? You have the circle. And then you have the cube, the black cube in it. If you know in Islam, they have the black cube at the Mecca, or in Mecca, whatever you want to call it, right? Because they're also showing you the circle of life symbolism in this too. It's a lot going on just in the art that they chose to put in these borders. Then you have the green. You know what the green, the emerald green, stands for? In the Illuminati occult, concerning rankings, concerning levels and stuff like that. The emerald green, I believe, what is that a token of? But they give their MK Ultra pets, puppets who have sold out for fame and money. When they have completed a task, they are given the green rubies or emeralds, whatever you want to call it, jewels. So that is telling us, they're letting us know, and when they letting the people part of their cult who see this know, because they speak through pictures, music, signs, names of stuff, headlines and articles, all of that. So they're letting everyone in their cult know that he has accomplished whatever agenda it is that they had given him, or request, or whatever it was, whatever level, he has fulfilled it, right? Then they show us up here. That's Jesus in the middle with two what would you call it? I can't think of the name. Two witnesses, I guess the two witnesses. But that's Jesus on a cross in the middle, in that frame. See, y'all be thinking this stuff about coincidence and stuff. No, it's a lot of meaning to it. Now, this right here, Satan's flower. And like I told you once again, he has the green emerald. Now, let me show you this. I'm going to show you the ones at the bottom. These things right here, which they all are not the same on throughout the whole thing, and it's showing you different pattern, right? The pattern is not the same all throughout. But these right here are a representation of chromosomes, genetics, a gene. They showing us genes right here. Now, the genes of what? I'm not sure. And I wish that I knew how to read their codes, because it's also a hidden message in this. The fact that they have one, and then they have two, then they have one. That's a code that they are telling. Now, if you also look, the only pattern that is identical is the one on each of the sides. The pillars. Okay? Those are representative of pillars. And with the story that they telling us, like I stated, he has a green. He has passed the level. Jesus and the two witnesses for his initiation, which is really Satan and two demon witnesses. He has completed that part. Satan's flower. He is sealed, signed, and delivered to the occult. And then I was looking up here at this top border. The top border is not showing an exact pattern, right? So it's hard to, the fact that it's not an exact pattern tells you that it actually is a pattern and saying something. I just am not skilled enough to decode what it's saying. But I also was trying to look at these. And I'm like, okay, what all could these symbolize? That could symbolize a pill. That could symbolize a seed. This could symbolize like quite a few things. Like what would this symbolize? But I was looking at the fact of, could be, shoot, a light bulb, a bullet. But that, though, these things mean something. The fact that they have them going in different ways, the fact that one is missing in certain spots, like that one, that means something. That is all saying something. One missing right there. It's all saying something. And like I said, the fact that they're going in different directions. I'm just not sure how to decode it. But since they clearly trying to show us atoms, genetic coding, it could be something representative of that. But anyway, so that's all I want to show you on that picture, right? Also, on top of the shoe, he has a pentagram. Like I told you, if you look up what this represents, it is occultic, and it represents a warlock. He is a warlock. Then, look what they put on here. This is the shoebox. Oh, let me show you the full picture first. This is how they made the shoebox, right? But then, when you look at the shoebox, right here, it has MSCHF. I'm thinking, like, okay, does that mean, we know that those individual letters mean something, but altogether it also means mischief, and he is definitely a part of mischief. Like, that's what you can make that out as. And he's being mischievous, of course. Then it shows a mirror. A mirror. A lot of the occult use the mirror for going into different realms. It's considered to be able to be a portal, basically. But anyway, it's showing basically a demon figure carrying off, who's that supposed to be? Jesus. A demon figure carrying off Jesus. And actually they made it like as if it was some type of cat reptilian type of thing. And if you notice in the picture that I showed you for his advertisement for his shoes, where it did have the one eye symbolism, that one eye also was reptilian. Okay. So this is also like some type of lizard, and it can also be interpreted as a cat, but it's most definitely a demon. Like they definitely showing you that, and it is carrying away Jesus. And then at the bottom of it, it says, monstrate lowercase Diablo. We know Diablo. That might not say Diablo. I can't see. I ain't got on no glasses. Maybe y'all can make it out. So I'm just going to put it up to the screen so you can see. And that's what it says. Also in the card though, what I do when they post stuff is I try and read it backwards as well to see what it says then, because they do a lot of stuff backwards. But up here at the top it says, and I can't see, I saw Satan, the Luke 10:8 verse. On this side it has the what is that, Lil Nas X right here on the shoe, and that's about the gist of that. And on the back, it once again has, oh, and the shoe is called Satanic something. Yeah. Mischief, Lil Nas X, Satan shoes. Right? And then it says, soul contains 60cc ink and 1 drop of human blood. 666, individually numbered. It says that as well. And it says releasing on 3/29 at 11 a.m. So that was the official post for this shoe. And then we know that Lil Nas X, this is a post that I'm about to read to you, the heading of an article. It says, Lil Nas X says children are his core audience right now, and that's okay. He knows and he's aware that children, we talking, let's say 6 to 18, are his core audience, and he feels that's okay. While he's promoting having sex with a demon, doing a ritual, the Pentagon, promoting Satan as something that's okay. Like, they trying to make y'all so, like, because before it could be even the most meanest, or what could be considered the most wicked person, and when it came to Satan, they all looked at it like, no, I don't serve Satan, I want to serve Satan, I ain't doing that. People before did not play around when it came to God and Satan. You know, they showed their respect to God, acknowledged him, and they did not play around with Satan. So to me, with them making shows like Lucifer, calling him by his original name, which he lost that name, God took that name from him once he had failed. But anyway, calling him Lucifer, they trying to paint him as this relatable person, just human, this flawed, but have good redeeming qualities. No, Satan does not. Satan is tricking y'all right before your eyes. They normalizing him to where two people, right? Satan doesn't hold a big weight to them. And as far as they're concerned with stuff I seen people tweeting was that if they best friend go to ain't in heaven, then they gonna be, that's them on a pole going down the hill to be with their best friend. Like, really? They want to have sex with Satan now too. All kind of just crazy, filthy stuff. And if that's adults that slow, what do you think these children who are so impressionable and don't know right from wrong, don't know good from evil, are going to think? But Lil Nas X is evil. He has sold his soul out for money, for wealth, and he's in bondage and gonna stay in bondage. And if he think he can kill Satan to get out of his contract, or think he bigger and badder than Satan, then he's fooling himself, because that ain't how that works. But another person posted this shoe. This also by Nike that they released. That's supposed to be, you know, heaven. A heavenly shoe with the white and the blue. The blue is supposed to represent the clouds, and the white supposed to represent purity, righteousness, I guess you can say. And it has, though, a cross with Jesus on it. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you about this, because the person was like, Nike needs to pick a side. They got the Satan shoe, but they already had made a God shoe. This is still satanic. The fact that they are showing Jesus on a cross. Number one, Jesus is not still on a cross. Jesus is not dead. That was not Jesus' final resting place. Jesus told us after he laid his life down and they forgetting he was resurrected. And he told us he was going to heaven to prepare a place for us. So when you see specifically the Catholic Church, which is pagan at its core, and Satan is at its core, when you see certain things that they do, it is really a diss to Jesus, not in support of Jesus. Like, I really was debating on getting, oh no, I didn't get the cross, but this still is showing like in infinity, the circle of life, and with the, and it was a key, but it still has a symbolism up there of the circle of life, the Ankh, basically. But anyway, so I was debating on even getting that, but when you see crosses and all of that, God actually tells us don't do that. Do not make graven images to him. Do not do that kind of stuff. But anyway, and guess what, demons, they know the word and God better than we do, and that's how come it's so easy for them to trick us through it and even have us thinking that we're doing something good, okay, or positive, or that God would appreciate when he doesn't. But anyway, so that's what Lil Nas X has been up to. And I even went back to some of his other videos because I wanted to go see, you know, like what his other music and videos are. And he initially sold his soul in Old Town Road, right? Because look at this. Let me show you the transformation, because it's level to level in the occult. You know what I'm saying? Just like in grade school, how you go from level to level, it's the same in the occult. So he started off on Old Town Road in regular get up, regular horse, right? He was riding a brown horse, and he just had on regular cowboy clothes, right? He goes into, and look, in that video, they made sure to pay homage to their guy Moloch. Moloch is sitting there watching with them too. Moloch, the deity, them capturing it. So they showing us that. Then he come initiation. Moloch is watching. This is the young lady who was sent to challenge him, to initiate him. Checkerboard Masonic flag, right? Then he goes to race that person, and then he succeeds. He shows up at this other place. His whole attire and wardrobe is changed. Well, let me show you that part first before I show you this. Then he shows back up, and he's in the all black. That means he passed the first initiation stage from the brown regular clothes to now he's in dress code as an initiate now. He's made it, and that's why he has on the black now. As you see, the clothes that he had on before looked more homely, more on the, like I say, everyday person. Well, this, what he has on now, is in color code, the black and white. He's an initiate now, and as you see, it's bedazzled, it's clean cut. He looks like more money now, right? Like he's cleaned up because he's a part of the order now. That's what they were showing you. And then it shows him show up with the bag of money. You have passed your test. You have been initiated. And now you will be rewarded. So he hops in a car with him, and he rides off with the money. So that was his initial first level deal with Satan. And as that's the other reason why I was looking at the fact that he said envy, right? Because, okay, he got that first taste of fame, being a part of the cult, being a part of this machine, and they do consider themselves a family. So he's a part of that. He's cleaned up. He's living a bit better. Got connections, getting fame. Well, I want more. That's why I show him in that bondage, and then he's envy. Like, it's double fold what that represented. It was basically saying that that demon of envy have taken over him. He's in bondage. Want to be in more bondage, though, because he wants more now. He's envying and want an even greater position, which is why he went, did the ritual in front of Satan's altar, did the ritual with Satan, sex magic, and then that demon horns, a crown, the eyes lighting up, possession. Now it's even stronger demon on you, and yeah, you're gonna get more riches for it, but it actually puts you even more in bondage. Believe it or not, the bigger these stars get, the more in prison they become, the less freedom that they have, the more enslaved they are. Believe it or not. And he don't even realize that he's telling his own fate, as far as you are. It's just sad. But so So yeah, I guess I'll leave it right there. But I just noticed and paid attention that in his video, yeah, it's creative and what can be considered artsy, but it's satanic, and you have to try and look at what is the deeper meaning, not the surface level of how I can interpret this video and the lyrics, but what is the deeper hidden meaning that's being revealed to me right before my eyes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. This is why people are more so upset. It's not the fact that he's part of the rainbow community. It is because of the fact that he is outright telling us, his and his children fan base, that he is a part of the occult, that he has signed his blood contract with Satan. And quite a few other things going on in there, but we have to guard our children, protect our children, and even ourselves from what we're listening to and hearing, and what is really telling our subconscious is okay or to do, or what spirits we're inviting into our life due to it. Give me what you guys thought, sir. Thanks for checking out the video.